New cryptocurrency platform, casting himself as the crypto candidate who will end the Biden-Harris regulatory crackdown. Listen.
They've been very hostile toward crypto, toward all of it, and extremely hostile, like nobody can believe. Nobody even understands why. My attitude is different. If we don't do it, China's going to do it. China's doing it anyway. Yeah. But if we don't do it, we're not going to be the biggest, and we have to be the biggest and the best.
All right, on this Tech Tuesday, Kurt the Cyber Guy joins us live. Kurt, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What is this?
All right, well, it's now the Trump family is in the crypto business, and mainly this came from the kids. And ironically, last Sunday, when he was on the golf course, the big, horrible thing happened. That was one of his friends that got him involved in this. They've been working on this for about 9 months. And you want to keep your eye on this. You want to just see where this goes. So it's not for sale yet, but they'll keep about 20% of it, and then the rest will be open to the market, about 63% of it. And World Liberty Finance. You should keep your eye on that when it comes out.
All right. Meanwhile, something like 30 million Americans suffer some form of hearing loss. And now Apple, when they were
All right. Let's get to the business. CryptTalk, Blockchain Crypto Gang Live. What I'm going to do, I wanted to show some non-biased coverage and information in regards to Trump's crypto endeavors. Because I know a lot of people came over here, from CryptTalk podcast and/or, because of the Gold Standard Bank, and they've been in situations where they've got into faulty projects. I wanted to look at what's going on with this Trump. I don't know if it's a Trump coin. I believe he's getting into finance, DeFi. And at one point, he was very much against Bitcoin and crypto. That's when he was last in office. He switched his tune. He has spoke positively on crypto, on Bitcoin, about the importance of making sure that, America is involved in the innovation of Bitcoin. I like to hear that. I did a video when he first picked his vice president because I figured that, hey, JD Vance holds Bitcoin. He has reportedly holded up to 250,000 of Bitcoin. He did speak against Gary Gensler and the over-regulation efforts of Gary Gensler and the SEC. I do believe that the crypto market would probably do better. It's possible that it would do better under Trump, who has done crypto endeavors, him and his wife, and with NFTs and whatnot, and with JD Vance holding Bitcoin. You would figure that not only would there be a sentimental value in that, meaning that those of us who are in the crypto space will probably feel a little bit more aggressive, optimistic, and confident in the crypto market with them under the helm, holding the reins of policy. And now he's doing his own crypto endeavors. What I want to do is I want to just go through this. I haven't really looked at it too much. It's still pretty new information, not too much as when he came out. Like I said, Trump did actually address the Bitcoin convention this year. And let's go ahead and look at it. See what we got. So the Trumps are putting their names behind a new crypto project, one promoted Monday night in a meandering 2-hour live stream on the social media site X that was remarkably light on detail. Why it matters. Former President Donald Trump seems to be leveraging attention from his White House run to promote a new business venture, one that by its nature could spark calls of constitutional conflict. So I don't really want to get into the politics necessarily of it. The former president, who had teased the announcement of World Liberty Financial to his over 90 million followers on X, spoke during the host Q&A to start the stream. He spoke broadly about the blockchain industry, the success of his NFT collections, and the crypto generational learning curve. He didn't personally speak about the project he is launching before turning the stream over to his sons and partners. The platform is reportedly being described as a decentralized finance money market, or a platform where people can borrow, lend, and earn interest on crypto. The DeFi differs from traditional finance in that it doesn't include anyone in the middle to facilitate transactions. Everything is done on a blockchain governed by smart contracts created by the project. And that is true. That's what DeFi basically is. DeFi is a decentralized way that you can essentially earn money and make money the same way the banks do. Typically, DeFi protocols do not require KYC. You don't have to put any personal information. There's no individual that is in between or intermediating any of the transactions. It's all done by smart contracts that run by code. Today, there's already roughly 44 billion in crypto posted to back DeFi loans globally. How it works. The only thing the project team spoke to specifically Monday night was the fact that the project will launch a new cryptocurrency, sort of. It will create a so-called governance token, which is typical, called WLFI, which is World Liberation Finance, I guess, Incorporated, which will not be transferable and will not earn yield. It can only be used to vote on changes for the project. 63% of the supply will be sold to accredited public of investors. I don't know what that means. Accredited. I don't know what the accreditation process would be. If that means KYC, if that means you have to have some type of, I don't know. With no pre-sales or VC allocation, project partner Chase Harrell said another 17% will be set aside for rewards, while the remaining 20% will be helped. I think they meant held by the project team or for compensation. My thoughts bubble. It's unclear whether anyone would buy the token. I think they would if it's non-transferable. I think there's some people who would do it just to support what Trump is doing. Trump is billing the World Liberty Financial as a chance to make finance great again. So it's a lot of, I don't want to get politics into it or too political with it, but it is political. But just by nature of who's doing it, right? Now, I'm a true independent, so I don't want you to think anything that I say is based on my politics or my like or dislike for Trump and or Kamala. That is not what I'm going to be going into. I'm a true independent. I do see value on both sides of the aisle. I also see challenges and conflicts and things I don't agree with on both sides of the aisle. But for the Trumps, according to Bloomberg, it's nothing more than an endorsement deal. This is what Bloomberg is saying. Either way, one burning question is whether a sitting president should be associated. I want to get into that. DeFi by its nature is permissionless. There's no identity checks at the door for users. As one DeFi advocate said at a congressional hearing recently, this is the epitome of financial inclusion. I believe that as well. But that also means there's nothing to prevent foreign governments from using it heavily in hopes of currying favor with Trump administration, which raises questions about the Constitution's emolument clause. So, okay, we're going to just do it this way. So, in essence, what he's doing is he's creating a DeFi platform. And like I said, DeFi is I like the idea of DeFi. DeFi is a very inclusive way for people to be able to participate. Like I said before, just in a nutshell, the way banks make money, make sure I'm good. The way banks make money, the way banks make money off of your money is we collectively put our money in bank. Banks only are required to hold a fraction of the reserve. They don't have to hold all of our money. They typically hold about 10%. The rest they put into endeavors like investment, or they lend it for percentages. While they give you a 0.5% at best, typically, they're loaning your money out for up to 30%, depending on the type of loan in your credit. They also take your money and they invest it in other endeavors that they hope to flip several times, all while giving you only a 0.25%, maybe a 0.5%. So the idea of DeFi is, well, you can do that yourself. You can put your own money in a lending pool and get percentages, because the other side, meaning the borrowers of that lending pool, they have to put collateral to do so. So your loan is secure. You never have to worry about not being paid back, because they can't access money to borrow from the pool without collateral. So it guarantees that you don't have to worry about default loans. Okay. So it gives you an opportunity to make the type of percentages that you actually should, the type of percentages on your money that would actually be a hedge against inflation. Because we know inflation is 5% or more typically. So if you make at least that on the money that you're holding, especially when you're talking about holding your money in a bank, you're not going to be able to keep up with inflation. Your spending power goes down, and that's essentially what the problem is with inflation, is that it's too high for most investments. This is why you can't necessarily save the wealth. You have to have your money working for you. So DeFi is a very good thing, in my opinion. We'll get to some of the nuances of it in a minute. Let's look at Fortune Crypto. Let's see what they're talking about. A guide to Trump's Royal Liberty Finance crypto token. Who can buy it? When will it launch? And how the SEC might react. All important things to know. They're not gonna let me read this. Looks like they're gonna let me up in this one, man. That's my bad. So let me just go ahead and freestyle a little bit, then. Maybe I can find something else, but I'm just gonna freestyle for a minute when it really comes to DeFi. First of all, let's watch this. Here's Trump speaking about crypto a little bit, speaking about Bitcoin and the national debt. Just hear him.
They think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin, and they think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
All right, so that's Donald Trump, basically saying that maybe we'll pay off our national debt with a little crypto, hand them a little Bitcoin check, if you will. So the problem with that is that's not feasible. It's not logical. It's not even possible for several reasons. Number one, there's no such thing as handing someone a little bit of Bitcoin or a crypto check. That's not a real thing. I don't know if he doesn't know that, or if maybe he's just using semantics, or, maybe he's just speaking broadly and vaguely about the idea that we can leverage crypto for our national debt. The problem with that is the crypto market is nowhere close to what our national debt is, so that would not be possible. And someone who doesn't know that, like if Trump, someone who's running for president, who's starting a crypto endeavor, a DeFi endeavor, doesn't understand that enough to be a little bit more focused and accurate on his statements in that, I'm going to assume he doesn't really know too much about crypto. And I don't believe he does, and because of that, and because of the fact that, I'll be honest with you, I don't trust any celebrities when it comes to DeFi or pushing cryptos. I do not trust any celebrity crypto projects at all, because most of them don't know too much about crypto. Most of them are only used by crypto creators, and they'll pay them to help promote their crypto projects that are typically rug pulls. That's how it's traditionally has been. And when it comes to DeFi, I don't trust any new fly-by-night DeFis. I just don't. We have decentralized financial protocols that have worked, that are audited, that have been checked, that have not been hit with different hacks, that haven't run off with the bag, that haven't been rug pulls. We have plenty. We have those that exist pretty much on every blockchain, and there's not really enough specifics to this particular DeFi for me to feel comfortable with it. This is not me saying that I don't like Donald Trump. I think he would be good for the crypto market overall as president, because I believe him and his vice president would create or support policies that would help it thrive. Plus, I think because a lot of the crypto donations have been going towards him, I think he would probably honor his obligation to relax some of the regulations and help the innovation of crypto and crypto adoption and integration. But I would not personally involve myself in an endeavor created by someone who's made several different endeavors like Trump University and the DJT, which has not been doing very well, the stock. And we're still seeing a couple of days if he's going to liquidate the stocks and crash the market. But I just don't trust it. There's not enough details. We don't know what blockchain it's going to be on. Is it going to be on his own blockchain? Is he going to create a coin on his own blockchain? Is it going to be on a different blockchain like Solana, which he did use for his NFTs? Is it going to be on Ethereum? Is it going to be on Bitcoin? Is it, through stacks maybe? We don't know. There's not enough detail. So I can't really say too much. I'll just say broadly, overall, and generally, I don't trust new DeFi situations. I don't trust any new dApps or any new protocols that people come out with when they start offering way too good of yields. Typically doesn't work out that way. And especially because he doesn't know too much, we'd be relying on who he points to create and develop this protocol and what his instructions would be. We're going to be all subject to that. So a lot of times with these new DeFi protocols, what happens is they get hacked. 51% attack, they get hacked, they get drained, they get rug pulled. Now that could happen for several reasons. It could happen because that was the intentions in the first place. It could happen because because they didn't have enough nodes and one person was able to buy in because it truly wasn't decentralized. One person was able to buy in with enough of leverage that they're able to change the governing rules, and they change the governing rules and able to liquidate. And that's how a lot of these rug pulls happen under some of these DeFi protocols or new coin startups. So all these things are risk. All these things could happen if the parameters aren't set properly, if there's not enough nodes, if the security is not tight enough, or if that's the intention. I just don't believe in putting my money into new protocols. If it's just a coin, a speculative coin, and the metrics look right, you could take a chance of doing that. As far as DeFi protocols, because I've only truly, as far as lending and borrowing, used one DeFi protocol, which I trust, which I've used not several times, but I've used a few times. I know they've been audited. I know they're good. They've been good money since the beginning. They've never had any issues. I have done other DeFi things, like on other blockchains, like liquidity providing, staking, with instant liquidity on Solana and things like that. But overall, when it comes to lending and borrowing protocols, I'm real careful and I'm real leery about trying new fly-by-night, newly created protocols that haven't been tested, and especially if they're endorsed by celebrities. I really just generally don't trust that. I don't think someone who's new in this should take those type of risks. And this is why I always say to people who listen to my channel, who watch my channel, I say study Bitcoin. That's the first thing that I would tell you. Study Bitcoin. Make sure you understand the dynamics of Bitcoin as thoroughly as you can, because with that, you'll understand DeFi better. You'll understand blockchain and decentralization. You'll learn how to assess different opportunities, whether they're coins or whether they're protocols. You'll know what makes sense and what adds up and what doesn't. And you'll also understand the historical pattern of some of these developments. You can't look at crypto as a get rich quick and expect to be successful. It's just not typical. It's just not typically how things happen in the crypto world. And for those who are successful with amassing a relative amount of wealth in a short period of time, is typically, almost always, is because they got into a project early. And for you to be able to get into a project early, first you have to be in the know of the project, which means you have to really have your ear tuned to crypto news, not just the moon boy antics. You have to actually know what type of developments, what type of things are going on different blockchains, the partnerships that are being created, the developments, the trends, things that are happening in real time. You have to know that. So you have to be tuned in to actual crypto news, not the moon boys who are trying to sell you on an idea because they're invested in it. Also, you have to know how to deal with these protocols. If you don't know how to trade on a decentralized self-custody wallet, you're not going to be able to get some of these coins that you think are going to make you rich quick. If you don't know how to deal with decentralized protocols with a decentralized exchange, you're not going to be able to get the coins. Let me just say it like this. Let's use Shiba Inu for an example. The people who got rich off of Shiba Inu aren't the ones who bought it from Coinbase. It's not the ones who got it from Robinhood or Binance or any of the major exchanges, because the leverage, it didn't increase in value enough once they hit those platforms. By the time they hit those platforms, you only had about a 10x at max. And that's if you were disciplined enough to sell it at the top. And that would only happen if you got lucky or if you understood historical patterns enough to know about when you need to get off of that coin. The ones who got rich off of the Shiba Inu, Shiba Inu, I believe, got to about a $40 billion market cap at its peak. I'm just giving you guys the math, because if you don't understand this type of math, you're not going to be able to really take off on some of these coins. So Shiba Inu at its peak went to 40 billion. That's about the time, a little bit after they listed on Coinbase, it got to 40 billion market cap. So those who made $1 million off $1,000 investment off of Shiba Inu, that means that they would have had to buy Shiba Inu when the market cap was 40 million. So then that means if they bought it at 40 million and wrote it up to 40 billion, that's 1,000x. That's $1,000 turned into $1 million. But the caveat is, for you to be able to do that, for you have to be able to do that, for you to be able to buy Shiba Inu at 40 million, it wasn't on any major exchange then. It means you would have had to know how to trade for it on a decentralized self-custody wallet, or on a centralized or decentralized exchange, which is kind of complicated for new people, because you have to copy the contract code. You have to put your enter your slippage in. You have to paste your contract code in there. You have to have whatever coin is native to that decentralized exchange to trade it for. So if it's on Pancake Swap, you have to have BNB and then trade that for BNB Smart Chain. And then you have to take that Smart Chain, connect your wallet to Pancake Swap, copy and paste the contract code in there, set your slippage, do the transaction, blah, blah, blah. Then you'd have to set your wallet up to be able to accept that particular coin. There's steps to it. There's levels to it. So the ones who got rich off of Shiba Inu already had the know-how to deal with these decentralized protocols. The ones who got stuck are the ones who bought it once it got on Coinbase, because that's the only way they knew how to get it, with the credit card. And then they might have bought it right when it listed on Coinbase. And then if they weren't satisfied with a 5x or a 6x, and they really thought it was going to $1 or a penny, because they don't understand the nuances of market cap and token supply, then they got greedy and tried to run it up, and then the market crashed. So a lot of those people who are holding Shiba Inu, and the proof is in the pudding. If you look on Twitter or some of these crypto groups on Facebook, they're begging for people to burn the coin. They're begging for it to go back up, because they needed to get back to the last all-time high just so they could break even. So they get stuck in these traps. This is why I say you have to learn about Bitcoin first, because when you understand Bitcoin, then you'll understand how to deal with some of these protocols. You'll understand how to deal with. I just had to check to make sure the volume's good. You'll understand, you have to understand the historical pattern. If you haven't been through a full cycle, you're going to be at a deficit with your understanding. This is why you have to be careful with who you get your information from. My job is not to encourage you to buy any type of coin. It's to encourage you to learn. Then you'll be able to make better decisions for yourself. Then you'll be able to enter conversations with people who have an understanding, and then you can chop it up and you can build and come to different conclusions. And then you understand that it's all speculative at the end of the day anyway. What we're trying to do is we're trying to pick the most probable winners based on what our goals are. So if you want to take big risk that could lead to big profits, understand it is a risk. And also understand you have to have the know-how to get the type of coins that are going to potentially give you that kind of profit. If you want to just deal with blue chips that you can get on any centralized exchange using a credit or debit card, that's cool too. Just understand the profit margin won't be as high because the market cap is already so high in Bitcoin, for instance, at $1 trillion market cap, that, yeah, we're looking at it, you know, to hit 100,000 plus, maybe 150,000, which is about a triple up from what it is right now, meaning that you'd have to run up a $1 trillion market cap of Bitcoin to about $3 trillion. And that's going to be a triple up. And then some of the altcoins, they might run up 5 to 10x, maybe 15x. And then some of the coins that have very, very low market cap, you might get a few 100x off of those. So you have to be able to weigh and play the game right in a way that, you know, saying you hedge your losses, you maximize your profits, and you understand that it's a risk, and your timing has to be right. And the information that you have has to be thorough information. The information that you receive, that you study, it has to be good information to give you the best chance of being successful. And if you go into it with the get rich quick, then you start getting involved with things and projects that are unvetted, that are promising you the moon, and you get stuck in a situation like some of you who watch this channel have been with things like GSB and, you know, Carrot Bars and etc., or other rug pulls, OneCoins and BitConnects, and, you know, there's a slew of them. So, long story short, I personally not a fan of celebrity endorsed crypto projects, especially from those who I don't believe really know about crypto. I probably would stay away from a Trump coin okay, so there's a lot of different Trump themed coins that aren't made by Trump that you can trade for on like the Solana blockchain, Soulflare wallet, where people create their own Trump themed coins, and yeah, they pump and they don't. Like I said, you have to be careful with those kind of things. But as far as a true celebrity coin or project, I am not a fan of it. Personally, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm personally not a fan of them. I like sticking with traditional, tested and approved, decentralized projects that have a lot of total value locked in it. Ethereum has the most total value locked of any of the DeFi protocols. That means the people have trusted them, people have used them for years. They haven't had, you know, especially like compound finance, for instance. I haven't had any problems with compound finance. I've put money in the lending pool. I've borrowed against my own collateral. I've put up collateral to borrow against it and paid it back. I understand how it works, and I haven't had any problems with it. I just don't trust new decentralized protocols or even new projects, especially if they're endorsed or created by celebrities. That's just my opinion. It's not a, you know, it's not me, you know, saying that I don't like Donald Trump. I like Trump. I like Trump as a character. I like Trump as an entertainer. He's funny. I like Trump how he trolls. I like how he argues and debates. I don't trust his sense of crypto. I don't trust his son's sense of crypto. I don't trust any protocols coming from celebrities. That's just how it is. Anyway, blockchain crypto gang. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. More to come. Thanks for your time. Peace.